Alright, this is a review for Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I gotta say, I was impressed. I was very impressed with this. This premiered last night. I didn't get to see the first viewing, but I did get to see the one that came on. It came on again around like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, this is really good. This is good stuff. They definitely improved on the stuff that I didn't particularly care for in the micro episodes. Like, I know a lot of people complain about Iron Man, particularly the Robert Downey Jr. impersonator. What bothered me in the micro episodes is that there were a couple lines where he sounded exactly like Robert Downey Jr. But then, when he got angry, when he got really tense, it didn't sound like him anymore, and it was just very inconsistent. But in here it works. It's consistent throughout the entire hour premiere, and I like that a lot. They improved upon that. Shield, man, let me tell you, Shield has probably been the most useful in this cartoon in this hour premiere than they have ever in the comic books, because Shield pretty much is useless in the comics. I mean, they have their moments and stuff like that, but for the most part, they get their butts kicked and handed to them. They got Maria Hill, which is cool. She's in here, and Director Fury, who's pretty much a mix between the classic 616 Nick Fury and the Ultimate Nick Fury, which I don't have a problem with that. We see he's got the gray hair thing going, and they show how that happened through the micro episodes, which is really cool. Hulk in here. I like Hulk. I like what they're doing with Hulk a lot. I am very impressed with what they're doing with Hulk. They're making it so that he's not just Hulk smash. He's going to be smart Hulk, so to speak. He's going to be able to speak and stuff like that, like he is in the comics, and I like that a lot. I'm very glad that they went with that, because there's a scene in here that I like a lot where Hulk is kind of having a conversation with himself, Bruce Banner, and they're self-conscious, and Banner is trying to convince Hulk to help the other heroes, and Hulk agrees, but he's like, only under one condition, that you allow me to be in control of the body, and you stay in the self-conscious. And I like that a lot. So I'm looking forward to see what they do with him. Thor in this is really good. I like Thor a lot. Out of the micro episodes, his was my favorite next to Captain America's, and so it was very good to see Thor in action. Let's see, I already talked about Iron Man. I talked about Hulk. Oh, Hank Pym and Wasp. Those two characters are really good in here. I like them a lot. Hank Pym was really good in here. He had some good moments, using his shrinking powers, and his growing powers, and I like that a lot. So I'm by no means a Hank Pym fan, but just in that 1 hour special, they pretty much proved that a hero can be a hero without being a wife beater. So I already like this Hank Pym much better than I do the comic book version, just based on that. What is there to talk about? The animation, the art style really kind of grew on me during the hour-long special. I was a little bit turned off in the micro episodes, but during the hour special, I got used to it because the animation was really, really superb. During the fight scenes, when they were fighting the guy, what's his name? He can control gravity. I think his name was I'm gonna say Gravitron, but someone can correct me if I'm wrong. Man, it would just look really good. They had some really good fight scenes in this. And speaking of episodes, my favorite part was the second part, because it had the most action. The first episode was much more of a setup, and all the villains were pretty much getting loose and stuff like that. In here, the villains are actually fighting the heroes. The Abomination was fighting the Hulk in here. I thought that was cool. There's a lot of really good fights they had set up in here, and I think they said there's what 75 villains that got loose from Shield's villain jail. So, and I like that scene at the end when the heroes are done beating down, or I should say when Thor does his epic lightning attack at Gravitron. And again, excuse me if I'm not saying his name right. I don't know if it was the guy who controls gravity when he did that very epic thunder lightning strike at him. At the end, the shield comes up and they said, "Hey, put your hands up. Hulk is a wanted fugitive." And Tony Stark's like, "Hey, Hulk is a hero, and we can work together and take on these villains." And he's like, we can't do it alone, but together we can do it. And I like that a lot. So the Avengers are pretty much set. The only characters we're missing are who didn't show up are, of course, Captain America. If we all know what happened with him in the micro episode, so he's going to show up pretty soon. Hawkeye, we all know what happened with him. He's going to be showing up, and a couple of other characters too. I'm hoping that they have other Marvel Universe characters, and Black Panther as well. We gotta wait for him as well. He hasn't showed up yet, but this show is really good. I highly recommend you looking at it. If you haven't seen it, I think they're gonna re-air it again today. I'm pretty sure they are, sometime today. If you get the chance, look at it. It's a very good cartoon. I'm looking forward to the next episode, which is gonna be Hulk versus the Avengers. But it looks like he's not doing it because he's angry at him. He's just being mind controlled. So I'm glad that they're getting that Hulk versus Avengers thing out of the way in the early stages of the episodes, because I really want to see Hulk working along with the other heroes and getting along with them. And other than that, this show really was impressive. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm looking forward to more. And that's it. I'm going to leave it at that.